Really, the big story of the day remains Disney, and that was quick. Activist investor Nelson Peltz ending his month-long proxy battle with Disney after the company announced a slew of restructuring plans. Peltz is trying fund and management telling Yahoo Finance, quote, "The proxy fight is over." This is a win for all shareholders. Let's catch up to speed on all things Disney with Yahoo Finance's Allie, Canal, and Josh Schafer. Allie, let's start with Nelson Peltz. This reminds me of the other day I said to my son, I claimed a victory about a win that I thought would happen. He said, "Dad, I don't care. You didn't put any money on it."
Yeah.
Did Nelson Peltz do anything here? Or is he taking a victory lap for things that were already in motion?
Well, he thinks he did. He thinks he essentially got everything he wanted, but really what he wanted was a seat on the board, and that's just not happening. And it feels like this was very anticlimactic considering all the drama surrounding this company and this proxy fight over the past few weeks. But they did want those operational efficiencies. They did want cost cuts. They wanted the dividend returned, and they wanted a post-Iger succession plan. And they essentially got all of that. As you mentioned, the company announcing it's targeting a reduction in costs of $5.5 billion, laying off 7,000 workers as a result. Iger did confirm that he asked the board to reinstate the company's dividend by the end of the calendar year. That was halted during the pandemic in an effort to conserve cash, and it will be modest at first, but steadily increase over time, with Iger saying that this is all possible because of those cost-cutting initiatives. Now, along with those cost cuts and operational efficiencies, Disney will restructure the company into 3 different divisions. That means for the first time, we're going to have ESPN as a standalone service, so we will get those standalone numbers for revenue and earnings. In addition to ESPN, we will also have Disney Parks and Consumer Products, along with Disney Entertainment, which will include streaming as a whole. So I think it's interesting that we're going to sort of see the nitty-gritty look under the hood with ESPN, especially since there's a lot going on at this company, Disney holding firm, that does not want to spin off ESPN at this point, but this could be a hint that eventually we could see an over-the-top streaming service.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people initially, when they heard that announcement from Iger, before we got his comments that he doesn't intend to spin it off, the initial thought was, hey, maybe Disney is setting ESPN up for an eventual spinoff. But Josh, taking Iger's comments following that into account, what is the street saying today?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because there are still some people talking spinoff, right? Or at least 10 to 15%. That was what Laura Martin suggested. Maybe ESPN would go for that. But I do want to also sort of add to the fact here, I think it's interesting to think about what we're going to get to see from ESPN and what the product really is here, right? We're going to finally, as Allie said, get to see those numbers and how much they're spending versus how much the revenue actually is. You're looking at $2.7 billion a year on Monday Night Football, and that's $165 million on just the talent alone with two of those hosts, right, Dave? I can see Dave already starting to smile. And you think about sort of what the product is, and you look at the ESPN Plus total subscribers right there, almost topping off over the last 2 quarters, really not coming up much, guys. And that's a $9.99 a month product that we're talking about with ESPN Plus. And Dave, you're a big sports guy. Let's read just some of the things you get with ESPN Plus. The PGA Tour, NHL, some college basketball, and UFC. That's probably not moving the needle for more than $10 for you, right? So you're going to need to buy something.
Not spectacular.
You're going to need to buy something else. And that's what Bob Iger talked about last night with those NBA media rights.
It ain't cheap.
Over $7 billion it's been estimated at when that NBA deal comes up in 24 or 25, guys. So that's going to be interesting to see how ESPN spends there. And does it go to the plus or does it go linear?
When you're cutting costs on content, it's tough to justify that kind of spend.
It is.
Remarkable.
Yeah, it is very, very tough
Did you know this is National Cut the Cord Day?
Is it really?
Actually?
Yes,
That's
it is.
National Pizza Day, National Cut the
Yes, it
Cord
is.
Day. Wow, we're covering
welcome.
all bases here.
You're welcome, people.
Allie, Canal, Josh Schafer, thanks so much.